Hey everybody, welcome back to One Seed, One World. So today I want to talk a little bit about harvesting sunflowers. Now maybe you grow sunflowers just because they're pretty. They can make a nice border for fence lines, your property. They come in all different shapes and sizes and heights, from orange, yellow, red, various shades of yellow, various shades of orange, and probably a lot of other things in between. And you know, maybe you grow them just to feed the birds, the squirrels, and other things, or maybe you grow them to harvest some for yourself so that you can roast the seeds, save the dried seeds, make oils out of them. There's all different things that you can do with sunflowers. I've also seen where you can also make a sunflower seed flour that I have not tried to do yet. And I'm not sure if you do it with the seeds or even something in the stalk. So I might have to do some more research on that, and then maybe we'll do an episode on that in the future, because I grow sunflowers every year. But anyway, let's talk about the harvest. So, you know, when you get your sunflowers, they get big, beautiful flowers on them, but then over time, they'll start to kind of hang down and look kind of saggy like this. And that means that they're getting full of seeds. They're getting really heavy and getting near to when you can harvest. But you don't always want to harvest them right away. When the backs of the blooms are still green, then your seeds probably aren't quite as ripe yet. It's best to wait until the backs of the flowers turn yellow or even brown. Is probably, or like a tannish brown is probably your best bet. That's when they're fully dried out and fully ready to harvest. However, if you wait that long and you have any types of birds that like sunflowers, like cardinals, blue jays, and all kinds of like little songbirds that will land on them, or squirrels, like I've got a lot of squirrels around here that love crawling up into my sunflowers and ripping them all apart. If you wait till they turn that tannish brown on the back, you might not have any left because you may have just fed the rest of the natural wildlife in the neighborhood. So sometimes you can pick them slightly earlier and then let them dry in a safer place where they're not going to get eaten up by the local critters. Hopefully this isn't too blurry zooming in like this, but you see here, this is a sunflower that was originally full of seeds and was pretty close to being ready to be harvested, but the birds and squirrels have already harvested it all. There's no seeds left in there. Whereas this one here is still full. And again, it's so bright out here today, I can't tell if this is coming up. Let me see if I can get maybe out of the sky a little bit here. But this one here, you can kind of see beneath some of the yellow blossoms that are still in there, all the dark seeds that are there behind. Some of it's been chewed off by squirrels, but there's on the edges, but the bulk of the flower is still left with all the seeds in there. So I picked this shorter one here to be able to kind of show you easier than trying to clip from up above. But when they start getting close to being ripe, whether it's yellow on the back and you need to dry it more, or brown, you can just get a pair of clippers. I just used my handy ones here that I have. You're going to need something that's strong enough though. A pair of scissors might not work because, you know, sunflowers can get pretty almost like woody and tough and might be kind of hard to cut through. But if you're not waiting until they're completely brown on the back of the sunflower, you want to cut it back a little higher because you're going to need to hang it up, and you're going to need something to attach it to hang it up to finish drying. So I'm just going to cut it kind of back up there, get rid of these extra leaves. And there we've got, this is a smaller one, it's all kind of closing in here. Yellow on the back. But now you can hang it up to dry, to kind of finish out. And what you will want to do is take it into a place that's safe from mice, squirrels, whatever, and take a few of these heads, or one, whatever you have, put like a paper bag around the bottom of it, so if it dries and stuff starts to kind of fall out, it catches it in the bag. And then just hang it up for like a week or two. And you'll see it'll start to brown some more in the back. And then once it kind of dries out, then you can start popping it open and picking all the seeds out. And then use them for whatever you want. So that's harvesting sunflowers. That's as easy as it is. Is just cutting it off and hanging it up to dry for a week or two until you're ready to pop the seeds out of there. The other thing too to think about, besides just picking the flowers, is saving your stalks, because they make good type of trellis material, especially the great bigger ones. As they dry out in the fall, if you cut those off, let them out dry, they'll be good for probably one season to use out in the garden if you want to make like teepees to trellis beans up on, or you know, stick them in the ground and you can maybe tie tomato plants, pepper plants, eggplants, that kind of thing to them. They make some good trellis material that's free. So save your bigger, heavier duty stalks once they dry out, and then over winter keep them in a shed or your garage or something to protect them from the weather, because if you leave them out they'll tend to rot over time. But if you let them dry out over winter, you should be able to use them for one season as a trellising thing. I've used them multiple times for beans, especially with the great big ones that I grow. I've had full-on teepees that I've grown pole beans up, green beans and that sort of thing. So they work great for that. So whatever's going on in your neck of the woods, I hope is working out fantastic for you. I hope you got some sunflowers this year if you planted them and they gave you a lot of beauty in your yard, fed some of your local critters, but that you're getting some harvest from them too. Try roasting them in the oven, try making some oil out of them, and then maybe check out the seed flower thing. We'll do a thing about that in the future, but probably not this year because I might have waited a little bit too long and I think the squirrels got a lot of mine. But anyway, thanks for hanging out again with me today, and we hope to see you again soon. Subscribe to the channel, give this video a like if you found it helpful or found me entertaining in the least little bit. Always helps the channel when you do that kind of stuff. Put comments below as well if you've got anything that you want to contribute to the sunflower conversation. See you again soon. I think I already said that. Have a great day. Namaste.